bids are in. The gavel is dropped. Ladies and gentlemen, here at WineBid, we are finally hammered. That's right. This is WineBid's podcast dedicated to all things wine value, wine auctions, wine retail, and just wine. My name is Jeff McGurn. I'm on the WineBid marketing team. With me, as always, is our wine expert, Paul Walker. You may know him as the Herald of St. Helena. That's right. He knows all about wine, and it's good that the Herald of St. Helena.
I don't think anyone would ever know me as that, but
that's what they call you. That's what they call you. When we went out to lunch for the first time, I could hear people whispering, like, is that the Herald?
I don't think so.
The vicar of vinification.
Not an herald of St. Helena, whatever that is.
Herald. You know, like a herald. You don't know what a herald is? Like hark the heralds. We're be talking about these 50 nifty United States. Well, really just one state, probably, because that's where almost.
No, there's some wines from the Northwest this week.
There are. You can bring those up. I'm going to jump right into it. 97 Harlan Estate for $1,300. Whoa, $1,300 for I mean, it's amazing vintage. That's a really cool bottle. It looks like
it's controversial wine. There's some volatile acidity on that wine.
Have
you had it before?
No, I have not. But the last time we sold it in August for $1,450. It's steadily been creeping up since 2021. I was just curious to see if this is going to hold at 13.
Yeah, no, I mean it is legendary kind of for California examples, but I think there is I don't want to get in trouble, but I do believe there is a little bit of bottle variation on this wine. So
there's a little bit of well, let me ask you this: between these,
I think the 94 is
better. What about
heads above?
What about like the 97 Maiden? Because we have that too, and that's 230.
I mean, it's a different wine, right? It's a second.
Well, obviously a different wine, but it's the same producer, same year.
But not the same fruit, not the same age of vines. No, it's totally different.
96 Opus 1 for $370. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, the six pack of the 94. That caught my eye, actually. Because that stuff's great. I haven't had it in a long time, but it was really good when it was a few years back.
And also back to 97s, which, by the way, I've had some great Napa 97s. Okay. 97 Joseph Phelps Insignia Mag for $690. We have 6 of those. And then we also have the O2 for $310. And that, as I know, you're about to tell me because you memorize all these, was Wine Spectator's #1 wine of 2005, which, as everybody.
Wait, say that again. Which wine was the #1?
Joseph Phelps Insignia. Or no, sorry. O2. Yeah, Joseph Phelps O2 Insignia.
Yeah, I was going to say it was the O2.
Yeah, that was the O2. And the O2 was #1 in 2005. And, because that's all you buy, right? Is just stuff.
It was not cheap when that rating came out. It really pushed it up quite a bit.
310.
But yeah, it's still crazy expensive.
I've got my eye on this 12 Realm Beckstoffer Dr. Crane Vineyard for $470. I thought that was interesting. Oh, the 78 Ridge Montebello for $750, which is, that's a lot for Ridge Montebello, but it is 78.
Yeah. Yeah.
A great year. We have a mag of the 17 Aubert CIX Chardonnay for $230. I actually didn't think that was entirely crazy. 91 Dunn Hell Mountain Cabernet Sauvignon 5-liter.
There's 90 and 91, which is pretty wild.
1365. I thought that one was a kind of a cool one.
Those are great bottles.
Be a great party bottle. 71 Chapelet Cabernet Sauvignon already has a bid taking it from $470 to $490.
Yeah.
2021 mag of Kongsgaard the Judge Chardonnay has a bid on it taking it from $1,000 to $1,100.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty wild.
Well, how often do we see mags of the Judge?
I would say every few months they do pop in.
They trickle in, but it's not like every week there's a mag of the Judge.
No, you don't see them that much. I think it's an allocated. If you're on the mailing list, you don't necessarily get magnums, just offered to you. So it's probably a higher degree of allocation than the other wines. But still, that's steep. 1,100.
95 Arajo Estate Islay Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon, 2 of those for $235. And we got the 97 for $185.
Yeah.
We've got some 95 Palmer, 7 of them for $140.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, was like $140 for 95 Palmer. Like, that's actually not I don't think that's bad, right? That's
No, that's Turley era. Those wines are really. I think the 94 is probably a little bit better than the 95, but
for
still,
sure.
95 is excellent. It's
But
really,
it's
really
but
good.
the 95 is also $140 for Pullman.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good deal. 2014 Maybach Materium for 360. I always keep my eye on Maybach. A mag of the 2016 McDonald Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, Mag came in this week.
For
Yeah,
$1,200
every day.
We don't see those every day. No, we do
No.
not. Here's another one that I actually thought was really interesting, and I thought this was a pretty good deal. Potentially 78 Clos du Val Cabernet Sauvignon for 145.
Yeah, I noticed that there was actually a nice selection of 78s in, and Clos du Val. I just had the reserve not too long ago, and it's just phenomenal. It's just like, so I don't know about the Napa Valley wine, but the reserve is amazing. So I'm sure the 78 cab is probably quite good as well.
I will say the 80s and 70s Clos du Val that I've had, like, has been great. You know,
No, we had the 78 Clos du Val reserve with like very serious wine. We had that with like 61 Calais Segur and, you know, some really serious Bordeaux. And it was just,
it was standing up. It was holding its own.
Smoking. Yeah.
I think Clos du Val is one of those producers that is just perennially undervalued and underappreciated. I don't know why. Like, and it's not that people think like, oh, it's bad wine. Like, you talk to people who know wine, like, oh yeah, that's really good stuff. But for some reason, it just, I feel like it especially in the secondary market, it tends to be
it doesn't
deal
get a lot
compared
of
to
attention.
It doesn't get a ton of attention. I don't know why. And you know, the main reason I love Clos du Val is that I can take my kid there when I go wine tasting. most places will not let you bring. That's right. 97 Florist Springs 20th anniversary Cabernet Sauvignon Mag for 170.
I saw those. I also thought the 95 trilogy for $35 was a steal. And there's a few of those. I'm bidding on one myself, actually.
I picked up the 96 trilogy a few weeks back, and it was like $35 as well.
Yeah, I know.
I love the Florist Springs trilogy. Florist Springs trilogy is outstanding.
It's great.
Like, it's great wine.
Winery's gone too. It's not there anymore. So but the 95 trilogy for 35, that's a steal. That's a steal.
And then for my final pick, I'm going to blow the lid off of the entire wine industry in Napa Valley. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready to be floored, Paul. I'm blowing the lid. I'm blowing the lid off that, like, the wine industry will never be the same in Napa, okay? 2018, are you listening to me?
Mm-hmm.
Secret Indulgence Blend. Secret Blend. Secret Indulgence, Secret Blend. $50. Now, I know what you're saying. Jeff, nobody knows what it is. It's a secret. It's better protected than the recipe.
Have you had these wines? I've
never had this wine, but I'm about to blow the lid off of this. I have signed no NDAs with this company. I can say this, and I'm willing to accept the ramifications. It is a full-body blend of 87% Cabernet Sauvignon, 7% Bordeaux, and 6% Cabernet Franc. It is no longer a secret blend, Paul.
No,
I've ruined it for everyone. You know how I found that out?
How?
I Googled it. just Google it. Months of tasting and analysis.
Secret Indulgence. Yeah, I've seen this name like pop in every once in a while, but I have no idea about any of it.
Yeah, I spent months analyzing this wine from a molecular level.
Sure you did.
Oh my gosh, I tried to reverse engineer it. I tasted it against other wines. Or I Googled it. One of the two. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably likely.
Secret Indulgence. I love that it's got like a leopard print.
Yeah, I know. Like it looks like tactile too. It looks like it's probably
yes. It has a certain audience, and I feel like that audience is you.
Is definitely you.
It's definitely Paul Walker.
Pick this out.
Yeah, it's very much a Paul Walker.
All right, enough nonsense. Let me talk about the serious ones here.
Okay, sorry.
No, you mentioned quite a few. I was really impressed with the number of 95s. I always kind of thought 97s went sort of a different direction for a lot of Napa cabs, but I kind of think that's why some of the 95s are holding up. Well, I don't know. Just can't make blanket statements about any of these things, but Yeah, 95 Arajo looks pretty amazing. There's 97 Arcadian Pisoni, which is totally off topic, but interesting wines, which also last a long time. Anyway, 97 Arcadian Pisoni Pinot for $55 caught my eye. I'm just sort of going through alphabetically, so that's why varieties are changing here. And then there's a 97s I have been really impressed with, where the Airwood Reserve Cab, I think it got really massive scores, so it pushed the price up, but it's very good. There's also 97 Reserve Merlot, which did not get high scores, and it's less than half the cost. It's $50 for the 97, but that's really, really, really delicious wine. 80 Clara Jensen snuck in for $200. Those old Claras are always, collectible, expensive, but good wines. 18 Detert Cabernet Franc. Let's bottle that in for $90 this week. 13 Dominus caught my eyes. 97 Foreman, $100. 92 Heights Martha's Magnum. Saw one of those at $480. Oh, there's a couple. Yeah, there's old Hess Collection Cab, 86 for $30, which I think is, it's a great. Those wines are always kind of underrepresented. Some of the 90s were pretty good, actually, not the early 90s Hess Collections, but there's also 94 in for 40. So interesting up there. I forget what that, it's not like Oak Knoll, but it's Southern Valley, but way up on the mountain. I guess Mount Veeder, obviously. Duh. Anyway, 92 Insignia, 94 Insignia caught my eye, 95 as well. Let's see, there's Cap Chandy Magnum of the Roberta's 06. I thought was pretty cool for $240, not terribly expensive. Kata Ghost Dog, which we don't see the Kata wines that often. And I think the Ghost Dog is I want to say it's like the second label.
We see ghost horses.
No, Ghost Dog.
I know, but we see ghost horses. We don't see a lot of dogs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Kata wines are pretty rare, and I'm pretty sure the Ghost Dog is the second label, but it's not as expensive, $85 for the 16. There's some Casper Kennedy older 90s wines, which caught my eye as well. The 93, a couple of those at $95, and then the 97, 6 of those for $85. Those are very good. Some Keplinger, including the Oakville Ranch Cab from 18 and the Hangmans from 19. And there's some older Lahotas as well, the 91, 92, 93, 95 anniversary. And then there's the Hell Mountain Cabs from going back to 82, actually, 82 through 1990, like a complete vertical, which is very cool. It looks like a lot of them are getting bids. And so you don't see that kind of collection very often. So it's pretty neat. Some older Livingston Magnums, which are very inexpensive. 90 Stanley's Cab for $51 for the mag. 91 Stanley's for $70 for a mag. And then 94, again, $70 for a mag. So I thought those were interesting deals. Lokoya 97 popped in 3 of those from Diamond Mountain for $190. 76 Mycomus at $530 seemed like quite a bit. But anyway, also, Mount Veeder. Speaking of Mount Veeder, I was talking about Hess Collection, forgetting that was from Mount Veeder foolishly. There's also Mount Veeder Winery, the Mount Veeder Bernstein Cabernet Magnum from 78 for $380, which I thought was interesting. That's a rare one. I don't remember seeing Bernstein that often. But anyway, those old Mount Veeder wines are great. They last a long time. Yeah, you mentioned the 78 Montebello. There's 97 Tony. There's 95 Pine Ridge Andrus Reserve for $50, which I thought was a great deal. It's a great wine. 90 and 93 Montebello. There's a bunch of other stuff too. There's mags of younger vintages. 74 Mondavi, the Napa Valley Cabernet at $205, which for this 50-year banner vintage doesn't seem that crazy when you look at all the other 74s that are out there that are so high. So I didn't think that was terrible for somebody to grab for this year for 50th birthday celebrations. There's also 86 Reserve, 94 Reserve, which is fantastic. 95 Reserve. Oh yeah, 94 Shaver Hillside caught my eye. That looks awesome. 305. And then there's a mag of the O2, which was their perfect 100-pointer powerhouse. 94 Spotswood, 94 Staglin. I don't know if you saw the Staglins that were in this week.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
94. I mean, that's interesting. That's not terribly expensive. $85 for the 94 estate.
No, the Staglins are a great deal because you're going to pay more for that at retail.
Oh God. I mean, they're at least double, triple that now.
Yep.
So I thought to see what those early, mid 90s vintages taste like, this is the way to try.
And that's the estate, right? Because you'll pay more than that.
Yeah.
Like the Salas is going to be north of 85.
Well, yeah, and like I don't think they even had that label back then, but yeah, there's 94 sponsored, 94 Sagzy PSLV, 94 Venge Family Reserve, which I thought was a great deal at $55.
Yeah,
94 Whitehall Lane Reserve at $55. Those old Whitehall lanes are really good. There's a
Whitehall Lane
too.
By the way, the Salas retails for like 115.
Right. Yeah, no, the 94 Estate I think is very interesting for $85.
It's a great deal. The Estate I think is going to run you more like $300 on release.
And then let's see. Yeah, I mentioned Whitehall Lane Reserves. There's 78 William Hill Mountain Feeder Cab. Again, an old Mountain Feeder Cab from 78. That's got a bid at 71. Those William Hill wines are interesting. Some of them actually age really, really well. And then finally, there was a Zeitgeist 2019 Zeitgeist Grove Cabernet, a couple of those in for 130. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff from California this week.
Absolutely. What do you have from outside of California?
Yeah, no, I just had a couple things from the Northwest. There's some Leonetti Sangiovese, which I always find fascinating because I always liked it, and it's not expensive. There's 01 and 02. The 01's got bids at $21 and the 02's at 30. There's a whole bunch of other Leonetti as well. Obviously, the Cabs and Merlots and stuff are in there too. But Sangiovese, I always liked it, and it was never that expensive. And then there's some McRae wines. Again, talking serious value here. Really, really, really good Syrah wine from Washington. And so there's 99 Boucher Grand Côte Vineyard for $20 and 99 Ciel de Cheval for $25. Those wines are excellent, and they're just nobody knows about them. Those are my picks.
Then with WineBid's finally hammered, this has been Jeff McGurran and Paul Walker wishing you happy bidding and cheers.
Cheers.